Hello, students. Welcome back, University of Arizona Global Campus. Welcome back, MGT 490, where we are investigating, researching, exploring strategic human resource management planning. And here we are in week 4 already. That means you are past the halfway point. But before we get into week 4, there's something I want you to do. I want you to kind of hold your right hand up right here, almost like you're getting ready to give a pledge, and then reach back. Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back there. You are past the halfway point in a very challenging course. And even if you're not a human resource professional, I hope that you are seeing the benefits of this course. Maybe you're a supervisor, maybe you're a leader, maybe you're a business owner, an administrator, if you will. Maybe you're on the C suite. And so you don't have to be a human resource manager to understand the importance of strategic human resource and how the human resource function can then uh, uh, promote and guide employees within the organization to upskill to achieve their career goals and objectives, which in turn promote and enhance the company to achieve their vision and mission. Okay, so human resource supports employee promotion, development, and engagement, which in turn supports the organization's fulfilling of their mission, vision, and strategic goals. Okay, so in week 4, essential skills of human resources. At the beginning of the week, we're going to look at compensation strategies. We'll look at something called no boundaries. And then finally, later on in the week, we'll look at some uh, program comprehensive exams, if you will. The learning outcomes for this week will identify some essential skills of an effective human resource professional and the challenges of obtaining them. And then finally, we'll examine the challenges of working across organizational boundaries. I am always going to encourage you to do the reading. There's chapter reading, in this case, chapter 11, 12, and 13. They all have to do with compensation, labor relations, and employee separation and retention. There is one journal article, The Brave New World of Boundless Work. It is a great article. It really talks about, especially in the remote global environment, it talks about breaking down the structures, um, the silos, if you will, that we find in organizations, and how an effective human resource professional can uh, go beyond those artificial boundaries. Now, there is some supplemental material in chapter 4, or excuse me, in module 4. Including a comprehensive study guide. I'm going to recommend that you utilize those resources, okay? Very important resources, especially the comprehensive study guide. It's going to help you later on in preparing for the comprehensive exam that you have at the end of this module. Please, please, please read your lecture in week 4. Uh, there's the HR skills for success, but then there's another paragraph there that it says boundaries, and it talks about the challenges of obtaining the right skill sets for human resource professionals. You know, we've seen a shift, I would say for sure over the last 5 years, but we can extend that out over the last 10 years, certainly accelerated by the pandemic a few years ago. But we're starting to see more of a shift of hybrid work and remote work. And as a result of that, that takes a different skill set for a human resource professional to be able to manage in a hybrid environment and in a virtual environment. So I think you will find that information very helpful in your first discussion board posting for module 4. You're going to look at how you can align strategies and organizational goals and the vision to ensure morale and motivation and highly engaged and empowered employees. So you're going to do things like consider how the organization uh, and list some of their goals. You're going to recommend some compensation benefits and strategies that align with the organizational goals. And then finally, you'll explain how those strategies support the current culture and will ultimately contribute to the organizational success. But remember, you're not going to start those discussion board postings until you do your reading, right? You're going to read your chapter reading and you're going to read your article reading. And in this module, your supplemental reading, okay? And then finally, here in the second discussion board posting, you're going to take more of a global role. You're going to look at how mergers, globalization, and how it's important to bring in the right people to work together on the right projects. And ultimately, you're going to describe the positive aspects of working in an open organization. You'll discuss challenges of work across boundaries in an organization. And then finally, explain how human resources can prepare employees to thrive in a boundless organization. And I like to think of flat organizations too, right? When we think of boundaries, we think that there's no silos, and that's fine too. But oftentimes, even in a flat organization, because the reporting structure and the accounting accountability structure is horizontal, you can also compare and contrast that as well. Remember on all of your discussion board postings, minimum of 250 words. You do need citations from scholarly sources. That's either an article journal, such as the ones that you're reading in this module, academic textbooks, such as the ones that you're reading for this course, .edu website, .gov website. Please note that a blog is not a scholarly source, even if that blog is coming from the government or it's coming from um, another source, such as a government source, if you will. So there is a comprehensive exam in week 4. It'll take you about 2 hours to do the exam, and you'll have 48 hours to complete it. And the grade will be based on your score. Um, Nothing else there I really need to say other than I would say go back and review all of your work from chapters from weeks 1 through 4 because they'll all be on the exam. You'll cover the course learning outcomes 1 through 6. So make sure you're understanding those. And then it looks like you have the end of the course survey too, that will be due at the end of week 4 too. And we take that very seriously. So please feel free. They're anonymous, so you can feel free to be very candid in your feedback, especially as it relates to me. I'm always looking for continuous quality improvement. And of course, the organization is always, the institution is always looking for feedback feedback from students in order to make our programs more relevant to you as students and as working professionals. Okay, I think that's it for week 4, everyone. Please reach out to me. I care for you. I'm concerned for you. I want to be here to support you. Please give me an opportunity to do that. Reach out to me via email if I can support you in any way this semester. Thank you very much, and I look forward to participating with you in the discussion board postings.